Today's letter is from Harry, presumably from sometime around 1882. While he's still healthy, we'll jump right in, just like the letter does, on the page labeled 1. I went to New York one Sunday with Al Knapp and saw his sister, Alice, who was there visiting from Rochester. She's a very pretty girl and gave me her photograph, which I placed beside Porter's in my album. It makes a nice looking couple. One evening, I went to the Alhambra, and after Mike Donovan had sparred, he came out and had a good long talk with me. I'm going to commence sparring with him again, but I will not enter in any such competitions as I spoke to you of, because the authorities are arresting such competitors on every occasion. In 1859, New York passed an act to prevent prize fighting, which didn't make the fighting illegal, but it did make prize fighting for money illegal, so those people could be arrested for assault. The fighting culture was seen as indecent to the public. The Alhambra, you probably know, used to be called Buckingham Palace. It is now a variety and sporting theater where all champions spar and wrestle. One night, I saw a girl's brother trying to induce her to leave the place, and she wouldn't go. And when he tried to force her, she yelled and bit and kicked and scratched, called him every obscene thing she could think of, and raised no end of a row. A couple of policemen gently induced her to leave, by forcibly carrying her out. One occasion, when the champion pugilist Elliot, I believe this is a picture of him, who was having a benefit there, came forward in a fighting costume to have an encounter with Rook the heavyweight. I saw a detective arrest him right on the stage, and walk off with him to the tombs. I intended to start on an excursion the other morning. The starting time was advertised as 6 a.m. I woke up 13 and a half minutes to 6, jumped up, dressed, arranged my toilet, ran a mile and a half, and reached the boat, having yet a minute to spare. It was to be a lovely sail, 120 miles on the broad Atlantic, and was to bring up at Cholera Banks, where I was to catch some immense 15-pound bluefish. But the boat didn't go. Too stormy, the captain said. The weather didn't appear too dangerous to me, but not wishing to create mutiny among the sailors, I made no effort to get underway. Last Sunday, said one of the sailors, there was a terrible sea on. Suddenly, a young man took a running start from halfway across the boat and jumped headlong into the water. Nothing could be done to save him, for there was a heavy sea and he was carried out of sight in an instant. One morning, I awoke and observed a curious and amusing sight. My roommate had come in late the night before, and now lay calmly on his back, his mouth wide open and a wooden toothpick therein. Like Harry's other writings, this one tells of some really fun adventures, and gives us a cool insight into somebody who isn't afraid to go out and live life to the fullest in New York City in the 1880s. Stick around to see more adventures from Harry and the rest of the Osgoodby family, coming soon.